We are live on the Corner Pocket. I think so, right? Are we live?
We sure are. We're doing great, too.
How you doing, Ronnie?
I'm doing fantastic.
Are you sure you're doing okay?
Absolutely. I had a wonderful week. I had a wonderful lunch. And I'm going to have a wonderful dinner when I get out of here.
Nice.
Dinner yet?
Oh, yeah. Why not?
Well, Renee, this is where we're going to be like 20 years from now. Retired, nice, living the life, you know what I mean?
Sit back, relax, enjoy life.
Bingo on Fridays, right?
No way. No bingo for this guy.
You know?
No.
Ronnie, how are you doing?
Really good.
First of all, I want to introduce you to our in-studio special guest, Renee Dion.
Beautiful girl, huh? Beautiful.
I wasn't talking about beautiful girl, Ronnie. I was just saying the girl was here.
Yeah, I understand that. But she does, good work and everything else. I did a little background on her, too. Sure.
So you meant you stalked my Facebook?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got a new stalker, Ronnie. Oh, God. But, Renee, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Ronnie is a big movie star.
No, he's not.
I heard.
Very humble,
I
very humble.
heard.
He was in The Godfather Part 2 in 1972. I don't think me and you were born.
I was born in 1978.
I was born in 74, so
yeah,
we
no.
were born.
Oh, the year I got married was 78.
Wow.
Wow.
He goes back. Ronnie goes back.
What are you, 200?
Oh, well, 159, that's not bad.
You want to know something? Now that you said that. Ronnie, how old is your father? And your father's still alive.
104.
And how old was your mother, God rest her soul, last year? She passed away, God rest
She
her
was
soul.
104.
Wow.
So Ronnie's going to live to 104.
Absolutely.
No.
Breaking news.
No.
We got 20 more years of the
Well,
Corner
I'm gonna
Pocket.
have
Ronnie's
part.
going to last 20 years.
No, I'm going to have part of my mother and part of my father, which gives me 208. So I can go for that.
Beautiful, Ronnie. Beautiful. We got a great show, but first of all, I just want to start off by saying we have some sad news. LBC couldn't join us tonight because his camera on his phone is broken. Believe it, I can't even make this shit up. You know what I mean? One of the hottest rappers in the Azores and in Portugal, his phone's broken.
How does that even happen?
And then I'm like, is there a neighbor, somebody nearby you can use their phone and come on the show? And he's just like, you know what? He's so real. I love him. LBC. We'll be seeing him in a week or two. But, you know Ronnie, you know me. I always have the backup.
Absolutely.
So I got a backup guest. My boy, Brian Souza, the Goat King. We're going to go live. Oh, yeah.
Where?
To Dundalk, Ontario, Canada, to his farm.
My ancestors are from Canada. I'm French-Canadian.
Beautiful. So we'll get to meet Brian. And then we're going to also get to know about you. So, Renee, let's get going here.
Sure.
First of all, Ronnie, how's your health? That's what I want to know. How's your health?
Good. I got no complaints.
What's the tongue for? You're not at the doctor's office.
Well, in case you want to check, now's the time.
Check out my tongue.
Fucking Ronnie.
Listen, as long as you don't tell me to cough and squat, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
I will.
So, I want to introduce everybody to the Corner Pocket and also to our special guest here, Renee Dion. First of all, we're going to get talking to, I think this is your first love, real estate.
I wish I did it so long ago. You're right. Because
I see you're so passionate and you're always sharing everything. It's always deal done. He said yes to the address. You know what I mean? Is the big one.
Well, do you know I was on the show Say Yes to the Dress?
No kidding.
Yeah, so my friend was getting married, and she wrote into the Say Yes to the Dress, and they told her no. And so she was like, you know what? I still want to get my dress from Kleinfeld. So we went to New York, got the dress from Kleinfeld. They literally emailed her the next day and was like, sorry, your email got lost. She's like, no, you told me no. But anyways, they interviewed her, and they were like, oh, we need someone else who's in your wedding party. And so they're like, oh, my friend Renee, she'll talk to anyone. So they interviewed me, and they said, okay, we want you on the show. So we were on the show. I don't think I told you that.
Nope, you didn't tell me that. But listen, Renee is a ball of fire, okay? She wasn't drinking the tequila. Can somebody give me that? Because we all drank all the fireballs gone. Is somebody got any more liquor up in this building here? Can I get a little bit of tequila or something?
Somebody.
But anyway, now let's get to the real estate. I mean, like, who do you work for?
I work for Cliff Pond at Keller Williams.
Okay.
I'm actually on his team. I started on my own, and then he asked me to be on his team of September of 2020.
Should have been our mayor, my choice anyway, but I'm just saying.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
So I said yes, and ever since then, he's helped me. He's such a motivator and driven, and all he does is work, and that motivates me to work, and so I just took off from there.
Now, Renee, what I want to know is, because I'm into real estate, you know, my realtor, Steve.
Excuse me.
Yeah, well, Steve, listen, Steve is my man.
He's amazing.
I told you about him. Text message, phone calls, emails, 30 seconds, he's on it.
Yeah, I'm
everything.
The same way.
Weddings, I'm at a wedding, but you can text me. I mean, the guy is always available
That's
for you.
That's awesome. Those are the best realtors.
During the pandemic, now, because I want the public to know, how is the real estate right now? Is it up? Is it? What can you tell these investors, guys, people that that want to buy, that are looking to buy, looking even to sell? Where are we right now in real estate?
So, I mean, as things are starting to somewhat, I don't want to say level out, but we're starting to see some sort of a shift. But I mean, it's still a seller's market. I'm going to be real. There's not enough inventory in the market, and buyers are still looking. There's still low interest rates. So the market's hasn't changed a ton, but we are starting, not as many people at open houses, not as many offers coming in. So you're starting to see that a little bit of adjustment, but not a ton. So.
Well, I happen to have my own experience with my wife. We were trying to buy a home, build a home. We were trying to do everything.
Right, yeah.
And we got to notice that it was a bidding war. And showings, like big lines, like
yep.
Like you're going to go see Donald Trump or something, you know what I mean? Huge lines, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I know I'm very good friends with the developer, so if you need a house built, and he builds it in 90 days, so.
90 days. Well, we were going to go through a building process, but we were actually thinking of the town in Johnson. We actually started the build, but with Steve. Steve was our realtor, and I helped. Thank God me and my wife got out of that. But it was just the taxes, the land.
Yeah. Whereabouts?
Babe, what was it? Tosh, what was it? What's the name of that road?
Hey, where are you?
I don't even know where I was living. Imagine that. I was going to move there. I don't even know where it was. It wasn't that important, I guess. But anyway, yeah, he helped us through the whole process and everything. We put a nice big down payment on it. We got our money back. The numbers didn't add up right, and the taxes and stuff. But now we're looking for, me and my wife are always looking for trying to grow our empire.
Of course, yeah.
We're looking into, commercial property. But enough about us. Let's talk about you.
Yeah, you guys should. So I tell my son, he's 23. He just got his license as a plumber, and he's like, I want to buy a single family, make investment properties. Yeah. Buy a 3-family, buy a multi, buy something that gives you an investment later in life.
Yeah. And you can pay it off quick, and then you can move on to a build your own home type of
right.
thing and use that as an extra income.
And you can also use it for him as an FHA because he can live there.
Now, Renee, before we go to commercial,
sure,
give one tip to one person out there that's trying to buy a home. Even though you're saying it's really not a buyer's market, it's a seller's market, one tip to let's say a first time home buyers.
Home buyer, yeah.
Call me, 774-406-8922.
Let's not laugh. Let's take that number again. Go ahead, say it again.
774-406-8922. Or look me up on Facebook. It's literally my name, Renee Dion.
Okay, and then you can give them the information. And
that'd be the tip right
there.
there.
That is the tip.
That's the tip.
That's the best tip I can get you.
Ronnie, any questions for Renee before we go to commercial?
Well, it seems that she's got everything covered. I mean, what else can you ask this girl? You got everything covered, my friend.
Ronnie, I know more about her than you, so you're going to be very, very interested.
Absolutely.
Just hopefully you'll handle yourself correctly over here.
Oh, I always do.
Can we get a towel for Ronnie to wipe that sweat off his forehead?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Ronnie, why don't you take us to commercial, buddy?
Oh, we're going to go to commercial now. We'll be right back with Renee and Sandro and me, so hold on to your seat. Be right back.
And we are back, Ronnie.
Yes, we are.
Now this is like because we had a show last week where I got totally bombed. To tell you the truth, I got wrecked.
Really?
Where during the week,
That's how I feel right now.
Ronnie had to call me during the week, and he said, "You know something, Sonny, I love you, but you got to stop drinking on the show." That's why I have the water today. I'm being a good boy. Yeah. Yeah, I was bombed out of my mind. But we had a segment in our show. Our second after we come back from commercial is
but Renee, you're looking at me, but that's all I do is these two. I got to, got to take it easy. Oh yeah.
We have our segment. Our second segment of our show is Did You Know?
Yep.
And it's basically the corner pocket exists because we want our younger generation, the Portuguese people, to be informed correctly with what we got going on. Which is basically, our talents. Like today's, did you know Joe Perry from Aerosmith?
Well, wait a minute. We're gonna go back.
We're gonna go back, Ronnie.
Oh,
we're gonna go back. But
Tell
this week's Did You Know is Joe Perry from Aerosmith. He is the lead guitarist for Aerosmith. 50 years, rock god.
Yep.
But we're gonna go back even a little further because 2 or 3 weeks ago. We were talking about Linda Perry, and I cut Ronnie off short. And we wanted everybody to know about our Portuguese, heroes.
Yeah.
Right. And the reason why he cut me back is because we were only limited to an hour, and we have to put as much as we can out there within the hour. So this is like a filling for things in between.
Yeah.
So we had such a great show. It was like, stop me and let's get going.
Yeah.
And that was it.
So Linda Perry was the first. Did you know? Linda Perry wrote songs for Christina Aguilera. She wrote the song "Beautiful." You're so beautiful in every single way. Work and break me down.
You're doing my job
Grammys, Adele, Rihanna, you name it. She wrote songs for Alicia Keys, Pink. She was the lead singer of Four Non Blondes, and she was Portuguese from Springfield. Ronnie, go ahead. Why don't you let us, because we're on limited time here.
All right.
Linda Perry.
Linda Perry, as you know, I spoke about Linda Perry a few weeks ago, and I didn't finish up. So I'm going to finish up tonight, and I'm going to give you the personal on her. Linda Perry is publicly lesbian. She started dating American actress Sarah Gilbert. Did you know that?
No.
You didn't know that?
Who's
Yeah,
Sarah
well, there
Gilbert?
you go. In 2011, They got married after her marriage to Gilbert.
Now, hold on a second, Ronnie. So you're telling me that there's 2 gays now in the Portuguese community? Lance Romance, SpongeBob SquarePants, and now Linda Perry? I didn't know. Go ahead. I didn't know that. That's great. Breaking news. We have another gay in the community. I thought it was just.
Over this before I get back to that.
I thought it was just Lance Romance.
I'm sure there's more than 3.
Well, there's also Billy Crayons and Ricky Lipstick, but we'll get to that. Go ahead, Ronnie.
After her marriage to Gilbert, Perry became a step-parent to her 2 children, her daughter Sawyer Jane and a son, Levi Hank, from a previous relationship on February 28th. Sarah gave birth to their son, Rhodes Emilio Gilbert Perry. How did she give birth? I have no. The Immaculate Conception already happened. I couldn't find a donor. I don't know what happened there, but I guess she woke up pregnant. And then after this, during our interview in January 2017, Linda publicly expressed that she is very proud of her wife, Sarah. Now, music. Linda was formally induced into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2015. She wrote Beautiful for Christina Aguilera, Can't Get You Off My Mind for Michael Desbarres, Dear Mr. President, Four Non-Blondes, Everybody Come Together, Natasha Redfield, Favorite Year, The Chicks, Get the Party Started for Pink.
Hold on a second, Ronnie.
Oh, wow.
I'm done.
Hold on, Renee. Hold on a second.
I'm done.
Whoa.
This is where I
Now
fucking
we're
snap.
talking.
Hold on. This is where I snap. Hold on a second. Here, hold on. We got the microphone. You suck, you Portuguese media dos caralhos. You don't fucking know what the fuck you're doing, you weirdos. Every friggin' hit song you can imagine in the past 10 years you slept on because you were lost in aisle 7 selling pop six and zaytunas. Go ahead, Ronnie.
Ronnie can't continue.
He knows it's true. That's why he's
Oh,
laughing.
my
Do you want me
God.
to read out of your book?
And he's sober.
Listen, Renee,
Very
don't
true.
fall for it. He might fall on the floor and want
Oh,
CPR.
my God.
Don't fall for
I'm
it.
not a nurse, by the way.
Well, that takes care of Linda Perry. Now
Let's-
we got Joe Perry.
Now, Joe Perry, Aerosmith.
Right.
The rock god, Aerosmith. Again, Portuguese media. Aerosmith. Living in an elevator. Walk this way with Run DMC. Breaking. Fucking groundbreaking. Fucking music.
Absolutely.
They were lost. They were selling chorizo and fucking linguiça and bacalhau. Again, fucking lost. And then they got Luis Alberto. Oh, so Luis Alberto. Estamos aqui vendendo o carro. Fucking morons. But anyway, forget them. Now this is
Whatever.
why this. Go ahead. Tell them, please, about our great musician, artist, our hero, Joe Perry from Aerosmith, the lead guitarist. Please let the people know.
He was born Joseph Anthony Pereira.
Hold on a second. Zé Antônio Pereira. Zé Antônio Pereira.
Why is it Perry?
Because he's embarrassed,
They're okay.
Dion.
All these people
Renee.
are Pereiras.
Really?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
embarrassed. They turn on the Portuguese radio. You know what they hear? Some fucking moron selling chorizo and linguiça and bacalhau. He's lost an aisle 6 selling zaytunas
changed their
and
name?
patata dulce. Wait a second. One second. Before we get any further, I want to give a special shout out. Ronnie, I got a gift for you before we get to, because I got to calm down.
Do you fish, Ronnie?
Ronnie's a fisherman. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
He fishes in his bathtub. That's why I got him this so he can play in his bathtub.
Yeah.
Ronnie, this is right here. This is RDP Baits from Canada. Bubba, well, it's Luis Bubba Sodoma from Canada. He makes these baits handmade.
Wow.
Check it out. Be careful because they're real baits. They will sting you. Ronnie, that one's for you. That one's made especially for you from the corner pocket.
Literally, Ronnie. It says Ronnie.
Yeah, imagine that.
Look at that.
Now tell me something. What the fuck I got to do with this?
You're
You're
gonna
gonna go in your bathtub.
you're gonna play in your bathtub, Ronnie.
Oh, it's got a picture of us.
This one right here.
Wow,
This
look
one
at
right here
that.
is for you, Renee.
Oh shit! What am I gonna do with this?
Well, one Sunday that if you have 10 minutes of your time, because I know you're so busy, we're going to get to all of it. I told you, Ronnie, you got to be careful. Want to give a big shout out to Bubba Sodoma, RDP Bates in Canada. Fantastic work here. I got to get up and show this because this is really like, look at this. See, I already caught the freaking thing.
I actually know somebody I could, that would actually use this.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Huh?
And you should see, if you go on his Facebook page, Bubba Sodoma, you will see what he catches. He catches fishes like this.
Wow.
So big shout out to him. He sent those out. He made
These
those
are
special
nice.
for us.
These are
And
nice.
I wanted to give him a big shout out because he's an independent. He doesn't make any money doing this. This is just a hobby, and now he's trying to grow his company, and I want to help him out because he's from my village.
Yours different in the front?
Well, mine's a little. This is for bigger fish. You know what I mean? This is
gotcha.
for the. I know. This is a striper. This is for me for my stripers. See, I know fishing. That's why I want to
okay.
keep this one.
All right.
That's for goldfish and playing in the tub like Ronnie's been playing in the tub. So let's get to
Oh yeah, Joe Perry.
All right, Joe
Or
Perry. Joe
Pereira.
Perry was born Joseph Anthony Pereira.
Jean Anton Pereira. Go ahead.
Right. Born September the 10th, 1950. I'm older than him. Wow. In Lawrence, Massachusetts. His father was an accountant of Portuguese descent from the Madeira Island.
From the Madeira, the island of Cristiano Ronaldo.
And his mother was an Italian
Yes.
descendant. She worked
Grazie.
She worked as a high school gym teacher. Her mother's parents came from Naples, Italy. Naples.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah. Her cousin came from Naples, Italy. Where was? Oh, yeah. And during the 1960s, Perry formed a band with Tom Hamilton called the Jam Band. I remember the Jam Band.
Jam band. That's your time, Ronnie, right?
Yeah, of course it was.
Were you 80 back then?
Thing? You know that?
Yeah.
Of course he does. He was 80 years old back then.
That, what, 1960s, the 60s? That was my teens.
How old are you, Ronnie? Is that okay
71.
to ask? Oh, you look great.
I know.
Look at you. Look
Everybody
at
tells
you doing
me
a
that.
podcast at 71.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Awesome.
I should be B19. I don't do that. I do this instead. Right.
Good for you.
Oh, sure. What are you doing now? Are you playing tiddlywinks over there? Oh, yeah. Bring another one over here. There you go. Fireball on the fly. Fireball on the fly.
We're going to continue with Joe Perry because,
We are.
listen, we're going to continue with Joe Perry next week.
Absolutely.
I want to get going here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Good
Renee.
idea.
Renee, pageant, Miss Bristol County.
Yeah, so I was Miss Bristol County.
Wow, that's great. That's awesome, yeah.
I went for Miss Massachusetts. So basically what happened is I was doing blood drives, and the winner of the previous year had come up to me and said, you should do it. And I was like, absolutely not. I'm too old. By the way, I'm 43. And she was like, no, I think you'd be great, blah, blah, blah. So here I am. I borrowed her dresses.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Now, these pageants,
Yes.
when I was younger, I loved to take off my shirt because I was a young stud, you know what I mean?
of course.
Now I'm older.
Yeah.
I still, you know what I mean? I leave it
Yeah.
on because of my wife, But how did you feel being in a bikini up there and everybody, like, judging at you?
Judging, and then I'm competing against
Yeah.
20-year-olds. Like, no lie.
How did that feel? Did you feel intimidated? How did they embrace you at all?
Honestly,
Was it like a sisterhood, or was it like snobby backstage? How was that?
I mean, honestly, I felt the sisterhood. I don't know if it was real or fake, but I definitely felt everyone supported each other for sure. And I actually worked my ass off to be able to be stage ready in a bikini. And actually, we couldn't do a bikini. I think I sent you the picture. We had to do a full piece, but I was like, I haven't worn a full piece since I was like 3. So I was like, is there any way? And they were like, yeah, you can do one with cutouts. I did one that was literally a one piece, and it was dink. It was like that.
Now, Renee, is that because of the sex? They didn't want to show the stomach? Is it
They
sexual?
actually say it looks better. It just looks better on stage. If you ever look, especially in Donald Trump's Miss USA, they all wear, I'm pretty sure they all wear one pieces.
Really?
I think. Don't quote me.
I've actually
But
never.
they do say that girls in one pieces just looks better. on stage.
So
for competing reasons.
How did you take the whole overall experience?
I enjoyed every second of it because I was like, I'm not going to win. Kind of like getting my real estate license. I was like, oh, I'm not going to pass, but I'm going to go in and do it. And I passed. So I went in.
That's why you never know. You don't know until you do it.
You don't know. Exactly. And I just went in. Yeah. And
She killed it. She killed it.
The girl that won last year is just like, just enjoy every moment. And I had another woman tell me the same thing. Just enjoy every moment. Take pictures. And that's what I did. I literally took pictures of everything. I was laughing. Girls were freaking out, anxiety, praying. And I was like, woohoo, this is so much fun. Get in a picture.
Renee, listen.
And I didn't win, but it was an experience of a lifetime.
Renee, and it's fun.
The whole thing is fun.
It's such a fun.
In the corner pocket, you won. Okay? That's what counts.
Thank you.
Forever you won. They're guaranteed. Now,
I think there's something bigger for me.
Yeah.
That's why I did it.
Now, I want to address this real quick because this is an hour show and you're like a 3-hour show.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Let's talk about your blood drive. That's very important. Let's talk about your blood drive.
So how that started, Governor Baker, when the pandemic started, got on the TV and just said that, we have a blood shortage because they couldn't do blood drives and not many people were going out. So my mom always gave blood. She gave blood consistently. I think it's every, I don't remember exactly, but every whatever time you could do it, she would do it. So she had a clockwork. So I was afraid of needles. I literally passed out the dentist chair. Literally.
Wow.
Yes. For a cleaning. So they have to help me out every time.
That's awesome.
Medically.
And then, now that's you just volunteer to do that? That's
So basically what happened is I gave blood. I was like, you know what? If my mom can do it, I can do it. And especially in these times that they're literally begging on news, So I did. I went and gave blood. And then I have O negative, which is a very universal blood. So I can literally, anyone in the world
can use it.
My blood is universal.
Adaptable.
So,
right.
Yeah. So they would contact me all the time. So I was like, sure, but you can only, there's a certain amount of time you have to wait. So
now, Renee, the most important thing, let the people know how to tap in, how they can give blood.
Right.
Give some information right now.
Well, I'm doing another blood drive in January, and that will be on my page.
Okay. Follow Renee Dion.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She's also on my Facebook. You can check her out. She was the in-studio guest this week.
But you can also, if you can't make my blood drives, tap into American Red Cross. They are doing blood drives all the time, especially now. So I did that, and then I was like, what more can I do? And then they told me blood drives. So that's when I did the blood drives.
Awesome.
Yep. That's how I started that.
That's it. That's incredible.
And then
especially
that transpired into Miss Massachusetts.
I'm looking now over here. I got the producer wants to go to commercial. I got it's a 3-hour show. I got to fit you in through the goats and the farm. Huh? There's a guest waiting.
Yeah, you're right there.
But you know what? Renee,
Joe.
I can't. We're gonna get to everything, but all right. So I want to get to this. There was a video of you online that was streamed out there. Everybody was sharing it here and there, private messaging, and it was going around.
Oh God!
Here we go.
Ronnie, you didn't get to see it?
No, it's an X-rated version.
No.
Shoot, that's the one I wish would be shared.
Renee is a gym freak.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a video she had sent, I think, her buddy here at the studio once, one of our people here, Taylor, and then Taylor spread it out. She let the cat out of the bag, and it was her doing this friggin' exercise like you wouldn't believe. We don't have the exercise, but I'm going to post it just so you can see it. But we have our guest, Brian. We're not even going to go to commercial. We're going to go straight to our guest. He's at the farm. Brian, welcome to the Corner Pocket, brother. How you doing?
Good, buddy. How are you guys?
Doing fantastic. Listen, Brian, before you get to the farm, I want to introduce you to our in-studio special guest, Renee Dion.
Hi.
Entrepreneur. Let me, pageant, Miss Bristol County, real estate mogul, liquor sales, gym freak, blood drives, single mom. She does it all. And now she's going to be farming with you.
Well, I don't know about all that.
No, Brian, thank you for being on the show. Also, want to introduce you to my co-host, Ronald Joseph.
Ronald, how are you, buddy?
How you doing, buddy? Looking good.
Good.
Brian, thank you so much for stepping in. I called you at the last minute. I said, you know what? I was going to bring Brian in anyway in a couple weeks because Brian's got an interesting story. He's a Saurian full-blooded, his mother and father, and he was born in Canada, and he keeps with the Azorean traditions. As you can see right now, he's in his goat farm. Now, Brian, I know me and you are like best friends. We're like glue. How many goats do you got up there right now? Look at this.
Wow.
Right now I got about 200.
He's got about 200 goats there.
But they always come and go. This barn holds about 600 goats.
Beautiful. Just give us a little tour for our viewers of the farm up in the Goat King Farm up in Dundalk, Ontario, Canada. Look at this. It's goats forever.
I have one question.
Don't ask the question, Renee. You don't want to know. I know what question you're going to ask. They're not pets. Okay? They're not pets. You're looking.
They at least live well?
They live very, very well. Brian right now is feeding them their last meal.
What?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Renee.
Hey,
Don't do that to me. I'm an animal lover.
I know.
I will go vegan tomorrow.
No. But he, Brian is one of those people that as Asaurians, we treat the animals with respect. We never beat them. If we see anybody beat an animal, I remember when I was a kid and I whipped the horse on my grandfather. We were going down in the buggy, and I whipped the horse in the ass with the whip. And my grandfather told me, "You ever do that again?" He got mad at me. God rest his soul. He wasn't my real grandfather, but he was my step grandfather, and I love him to death. But we always treat our animals with respect. And Brian, now 200 goats. Now you have horses. I've seen a horse before. You have horses, cows. Tell me tell me your life. Tell me what you're doing. First of all, Brian Souza from Dundalk, Ontario, Canada, and farmer. Your parents, where they from?
my dad's from Agwood Palm. My mom's from Alberta, Kent.
And where were you born, Brian?
Alberta, Kent.
I was born in Toronto, Canada.
Toronto, Canada.
Ontario.
Now, where did you pick up this tradition that goes back hundreds and hundreds of years back home in the Azores? Now you do it here in Canada. And let me tell you, I know because I used to raise animals. My wife knows we used to raise animals. We know how tough it was in the wintertime. Well, water freezes. How do you do it?
I was young, really young, working with my dad on the farm. My dad, I was probably, 7, 8 years old. My dad made me hold a rabbit, the back of the legs, and said, "Okay, we're going to kill this, we're going to eat it." I'm like, "Dad, I can't do
How
it."
old were you?
Hold the rabbit.
How old were you? How old were you at this time? How old were you?
I was probably like 6, 7 years old.
6, 7 years old.
So we killed the rabbit, we ate it, the rabbit was good. It's not bad. So
I don't think my son listened to me at 6 years old.
It's really young. My friends say, "Hey, Brian, how do you do it? How do you do it? Hey, it's food on the table. How many people right now are eating my food and have how much Goat King quality meats? How many people put it on the table right now?"
Yeah.
I put a lot of food on people's table.
Yeah, Brian, and we're going to get to that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't spoil what I got coming because I know what you're all about. Now, Brian, let's go back to the pandemic. Now, the pandemic hit. Stores shut down, food shortage. He had a business. He was running a business. He had all kinds of obstacles trying to run a business through COVID. Brian, I know you're a humble guy, but put the humble pie aside and explain to us here in Massachusetts and the Azores and Portugal, our studio, our viewers, what you did during the pandemic as far as making sure that everybody still got their meat. Because everybody, like us Açorians, once we get he's like Market Basket and Stop and Shop when it comes to meat. Because once you get the connection, we just call him up. Hey, Brian, I'm having a barbecue. I need 60 hamburgers. I'm going to need some steaks. And Brian delivers at the best price because he's the butcher. Now, Brian, explain to us, how did you survive during the pandemic?
I was really busy. I was doing home deliveries. I started on Facebook, free home delivery. One person told another. People were sharing the posts, and it went viral. I was going to factories. It was a lineup for people to buy meat from out of my truck. I went to cottages in the summer. Everybody was buying. Everybody was scared to go out. Nobody wanted to wait in the big lineups. And I was there. Supplying a lot of stuff. Got really busy.
And how was it buying the animals and trading? Because I used to farm. I know how, but I didn't farm during the pandemic. So how was it with buying and trading animals to keep the business?
I had a lot of friends that helped me. I bought I bought a lot of small ones. I raised them. Everything was mine. Like I did all the work myself. I raised animals.
Yeah, because you couldn't buy them.
Obviously,
You couldn't buy them wholesale. You couldn't buy them wholesale because everything was shut down.
Right.
And I do everything. I do everything for a good price, and I do most of the work myself. Yeah, I do have helpers that help me drive, help me feed the animals.
Now, are you a breeder also? Do you breed the goats too, or no?
I used to, but then I got really busy. So I now it's just raising them. And yeah.
Listen, pick out a goat out of there. I want to see. Let's show our audience a goat out of there if you can. If you can go in that.
If you pick a goat, then I'm taking that goat home.
She wants to buy a goat. She wants to save a goat from death row.
Hey, listen,
Yes, if I meet a goat, I get so close.
listen, I got a question for Brian.
Go ahead, Ronnie.
Brian, you were saying that you were going out delivering meat because people didn't want to wait in lines. There were lines out there?
There was big lineups
remember?
at Costco.
Huh?
We had lines out here.
Yeah,
lineups
remember
all
when you
around
couldn't
the
go in
building
Home
at
Depot?
Walmart.
You had to wait in line. So many people can go in the store.
Oh, that
At-
kind of a
store.
line. I
That's
thought
what I'm talking about, the pandemic, Ronnie.
Yes, I
Yeah.
know that, but I didn't know what type of line
because
he was talking
because
about.
before that, I believe Brian was just a breeder. He used to just raise and trade, right? Before you got into selling the meat, right?
I was a breeder, and I worked at the slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
So I had
worked
connections
at the
to
slaughterhouse,
get the animals
yeah.
slaughtered.
Yeah.
I eat meat, by the
That's
way.
touching, ain't it, Renee? That's very touching, ain't it?
I happened to be on I actually called Brian yesterday because we're close, and we were actually talking. I didn't even ask. Brian, did I ask you to be on the show yesterday? No, right?
No, you didn't.
We were just talking, and I says, Brian, do me a favor, cut me a piece of meat. Let me see how you do it. Right? He set up the camera and he cut this beautiful Brazilian steak. I mean, you should have seen this freaking thing. And he says, right here, Sandro, $40. He says you can feed 70 people.
70.
Wow.
$40. You
Wow.
can't beat the Goat King's prices.
I have a
You
question.
can't beat. Go ahead, Renee.
Is it regulated? Do you have to follow certain regulations?
Yeah, I take everything in the slaughterhouse. All the meat gets inspected. There's meat inspectors there at the slaughterhouse. They put a stamp on everything. There, I pulled out a goat for you.
Are you limited to how many
that's my
goats you can have?
friend. That's Renita.
Listen, put that goat in the box.
Yep.
It's
I'll buy it.
sold.
How much?
Hey, how much
much?
can you buy that goat for? Let's say if we wanted to. Let's say if Renee lived 15 minutes away and she wanted to save the goat, how much would it cost to save the goat?
That goat, I would sell it for $250.
Really? Sold.
If
But-
it was
but-
dead, it would be-
Sold.
If it was dead, carcass, $300.
Carcass.
No
People
kidding.
eat goat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a delicacy. Oh, I love it.
We don't eat goat.
Oh
here.
yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
haven't had
Goat
goat.
was good.
Wait, where do you buy goat?
You can buy goat anywhere.
At Market Basket, you can buy
Well,
goat.
you can buy goat from Brian Souza up in Brampton.
That's what I'm
Dundalk,
saying.
Ontario.
Where do you buy goat?
No. The only you can get at Market Basket is like a leg of lamb. About closer you can get to a goat.
Now, Brian. Now you're a Saurian. See, I know who you are, but I got to play like I don't know you, Brian. You know what I mean? So you're a Saurian, and now I want to talk real quick before we go. We got another 5 minutes before we go to commercial. 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay, so Brian, I want to talk about the big hit that you took. That was the funniest. I'm sorry, I know you took a big hit, but the way you did it and the way you went about it, the way you played Magnum PI and detective, it was amazing. So Brian got his shop broken into. They made a little hole. I mean,
Wow.
a squirrel and a raccoon would barely fit through it.
11 inches by 17 inches.
That's how small the hole was in his building. They robbed them. They took boxes of meat. I mean, they just.
Did they
It was a
take
big
animals?
hit. No. It was because this is where he has the animals, and he
Okay.
also has a butcher shop where he butchers the animals, and and he does all that. And but this was at his butcher shop that he had before. Now he has a new spot. Thank God you do. That's a beautiful spot, by the way. The new spot, the new Goat King, Mutterdurd. Beautiful over there. Let's talk about how these people robbed you, and you went about the whole thing. Tell my
Okay.
my in studio guests and my co-host, please.
So there was these homeless guys, crackheads, druggies. They're sleeping behind the plaza. They brought a sofa there. They started sleeping back there. I would take the garbage out at night. I would see them sleeping there. Felt sorry for them. Let them be there. I even took a picture of one of them. I'm like, look at these guys sleeping out here. I even took a picture. I'm like, this is crazy. I took a picture on my phone. Next day we go to work. We see the cash register on the floor all broken. There was a fake camcorder. The DVR smashed on the floor. It was the fake one. It wasn't the real one. The fake one was hiding somewhere.
Smart idea.
So we caught everything on camera. We had everything on camera.
Absolutely.
The owner of the plaza, they called the cops. The cops came. When the cops came, I left. I don't want to deal with them. I always had problems with the cops my whole life.
Brian took the law into his own hands. Brian, let me take it from here because let me tell them the story. I love telling the story. Please, Brian, I got to tell them the story.
Go ahead.
So now I'm on Facebook. You know, I'm always on Facebook and stuff. I'm breezing through the wall, checking out what's going on. And all of a sudden, he pops up on live. He turns into fucking Brampton PD investigator. And here he is on the camera. He goes, I'm going live right now. I'm on the trail. I found the guy. He goes, I think this is him right now. And he pulls up at a stop sign, and there's a guy holding up a sign saying, I need money, this and that.
Right.
He goes, this is him. Hey, pal. He rolls down the window. He goes, this is live now. Everybody's watching this. He goes, hey, pal, I know who you are. I want to talk to you for a minute. So he goes and parks the fucking the van, the meat van, and the guy takes off running. Now it's hot pursuit on live Facebook.
Shut up. Did this really happen?
Oh, yeah.
I need him to confirm.
100%.
Listen, I'm telling you, this guy should be working for the cops.
Confirm this, please.
Listen, he did this all by himself. So now he's going now he's going all over Facebook. Now this is a couple of days he's trying to then he's going back in the building. He goes to the back of the building to the spot of the crime. Guess who he finds? A junkie back there. Now he's going live. He goes, now he's showing, oh, this is what happened. This is where they broke in. Look at this. He goes, hey, what are you doing back here? Get out of there. And the person goes, oh, I'm sorry. He goes, I've been robbed. I don't want nobody back here. You guys can't stay back here no more. You guys got to find a new place to go. This is all live now. And the person goes, I'm sorry. I'm just here. And he goes, well, listen, if you can help me out, I can help you. Here's my card. I want to know who robbed this place and who did it, blah, blah, blah. Hey. He had every homeless person, junkie person helping him out. And then he goes, now he's going down in the van through Canada, right? And he goes, I'm live. We found him. He's at the hospital. We're pulling into the emergency room. He's in the hospital. He pulls the freaking van in the emergency room, gets out. Now he's got the camera going on live in the freaking lobby. There's the guy right there sitting like this. He goes, listen, pal, I know it's you. This is live. And he goes,
up.
Oh, yeah.
Is this real? First of all, what is a homeless person going to do with fresh meat?
But Brian,
Where
hold
are
on.
they cooking it?
He stole about $3,000, $5,000, maybe more.
Where are they cooking it,
of
though?
stuff. But listen, this is the best thing. Brian, tell Renee before we go to commercial what you did for the people. Did you call the cops? Tell them what you did, the gangster in you. Tell them what you did.
I didn't call the cops. I told them, come out of the hospital because there's cameras, there's people listening. I said, come out of the hospital, let's go for a walk, let's talk. And I'll shut off the camera because it was on live. And when I shut off the camera, the guy goes to me, I'm sorry, buddy, but I'm screwed up on fentanyl. I traded all your meat for drugs for fentanyl.
But
Hold on.
Okay.
Now he's telling him this. Now he admitted it. He can call the cops.
Right.
Brian, tell him the gangster what you did.
I said, how are you going to pay me back? He's like, I'm going to pay you back. I said, look at your size and look at my size. I'll grab you, I'll hold you down, but I'm not going to do that. Just pay me what you owe me. And he goes, I'm going to pay you. I said, how are you going to pay me if I just seen you asking money in the side of the road? I said, I got a farm up north. I need you to come over here and clean some goat shit. I got 200 goats. You and your buddies come over there and clean the shit.
Let's stand up and give a round of applause for Brian. Come on,
God.
give him a round of applause.
Yeah. All right.
Dude, I'm stuck.
Yeah. Good show, buddy. Good show.
Imagine that. See, he turned something negative into positive. Gave the guy a job. Now he's cleaning goat shit and stuff.
Oh,
Paying
does he-
back
Wait.
$5,000, $6,000, $7,000. He's going to work for the rest of his life, I think.
Does he still work for you?
Yeah, they come and help me here and there. I see them all the time. They're easy to find. They're on the streets.
Okay.
So whenever he's got a lot of goat shit and things to do around the farm, Brian always remembers, you robbed me, come on, get in the van, let's go. Going to the farm and going to work.
The cops were 2 weeks looking for them. I found them in one day.
What?
Brampton, they drove by these guys every day in the main intersection asking for money. And the guy was easy,
So don't call the cops, call you.
the guy was easy to find. If you watch the video, the guy's got a tattoo on his neck and he limps.
And he's in the major intersection with a sign asking for money, and the cops are going by him looking for him.
This is classic.
Unbelievable. You got to love it. I also want to give a shout out to Billy Cavallo, my cuz. Cuz, thank you for watching. Also, Jeff Leary from Fall River Raw. Love you guys. And Nelson Soares, want to give him a big shout out too. And Jeffrey Gonsalves too. Go ahead. This is a show, Brian. We're not on the phone like yesterday. We got to fucking tell people what fucking's going on.
What do you want to know? What do you want to know?
Brian, listen, we got to go to commercial. That's where we got to go. We got to pay some friggin' bills. Snarge, luge, the lights are going to come off over here. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to commercial. Ronnie, why don't you take us to commercial, and we'll be right back on the Corner Pocket. Go ahead, take us to commercial,
We'll be
Ronnie.
right back on the Corner Pocket, as the words from Sandra just said. Hello?
And we are back. We want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Also, a big shout out to Portuguese in California, Portuguese in New England. Are you a fan of Portuguese people?
Actually, my son's father's Portuguese.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
So your son half Portuguese?
Yes. Well,
Ronnie's got a question. Go ahead, Ronnie.
No. I've got something to say. How much time do we have, the Iron Man?
We got 15 minutes, Ronnie.
We got 15 minutes. Okay. This is a true story, and it's hard to believe. But if you look it up, you're gonna find it.
I hope it's good, Ronnie.
It's
ahead,
the
Ronnie.
Mayflower. On the Mayflower,
Okay.
there was a Portuguese sailor on there. Now he came from England. There was English families out in England and stuff, and they boarded him on because what they were doing, they were using him for cheap labor. He didn't like that. So they were planning what they're going to do with him. When they come to the new land, what he's going to do. And so they're saying, well, I'm going to have him for 3 days. I'm going to have him clear my spot and this and that. That way I can start building my house and take care of my land. You can have him for 3 days too. The other guy says, I want him for 3 days. Oh, yeah. So they're going to pass this guy around. He's listening. He knows what's going on. He said, you son of a bitch, I'm going to take care of all of you. He went to the bottom of the boat where they had a keg of gunpowder.
Now this is in the Mayflower.
This is in the Mayflower.
Go ahead.
Look it up.
Okay.
In the Mayflower, and he took some gunpowder and he started sprinkling it around. He couldn't find matches, so he had flint. So every time he'd click it, they'd hear a clicking noise. They went down and saw him. That's when they captured him. But he was ready to blow up the Mayflower.
And who was he? Was he Portuguese?
He was Portuguese.
Oh, I love our Portuguese people, huh? Almost ruined the Mayflower.
Hey, he figured you're going to shit on me. I'm going to take care of you.
Only Ronnie finds these friggin' stories on Google.
Oh, yeah. Unbelievable.
But you know what I love about Ronnie? You know, he's so...
my son would appreciate
Hey, you want to hear something funny? When we started this show, Ronnie comes up to us and he goes, to our producers, he goes, hey, listen, I got an idea. Ronnie, be quiet. Stop it. Let me tell him. He goes, I got an idea. And we're all like thinking...
Yeah, laugh. I don't care.
And we're all like thinking, what is it? You know, what's the great idea? Because we're trying to, like, figure out where we're going with the show, right? So Ronnie's trying to bring some content, and he goes, I got a great idea. Why don't we start a P.O. box? That way, when people want to write to the show, they can write a letter and we'll get it in our P.O. box.
But I wanted to read it. I wanted to read it on live.
I fucking told Ronnie, they
email.
fucking on live.
Yeah.
They can write it right now in a fucking message.
I understand that, but
Email.
But you can go like, oh, here's a letter from so-and-so from New Bedford, and she says blah, blah, blah,
Ronnie,
blah, blah.
check this out. Ready? Wait. New technology, Ronnie. Check this
I
out.
know.
The people you hate, like Bill Gates and all them other weirdos. Ready?
Wait, can I say one thing though?
Go ahead.
Ronnie has friends as old as him, so he's thinking in his friends' minds.
Yeah, I know, but his friends, Ronnie's gonna record the show and send it to them in cassette tape, VHS. So listen.
Probably, but
8-track.
So listen, right? We're gonna go down the list. A shout out to Senora Azul. Shout out to me, Sandrine, of course, Senora Azul. Many years, Perkins Street, Somerville. Love you, hun. Thank you so much. Also, a good friend of mine, Matt Franco. I mean, talk about a guy that knows how to make children and make them freaking like warriors.
why is that?
Because Matt Franco made a very good, like his son is Matty Franco. And if I ever want, like I told my wife, if I ever want to have any of our kids, I want it to turn out like Matty Franco. I mean, disciplined, everything. And just not that. Loyal to his girl. Just
Good.
loyal in all certain values of
very
life.
good trait.
The mom, the dad, power, a good upbringing. You know what I mean? Even though it was a gangster upbringing, but it's a remarkable story, and I love Matty Franco. Good kid, and also Matt Franco. Big shout out to you, buddy. And then there's Jeffrey Gonsalves, real OG, putting the man to work for this wrongdoing. That's how it done. Blessed amigo. Now you gotta understand, I'm Habshing Portuguese. I can read like a 3-year-old, and I can tell you a story real quick. Hey, Brian, you want to hear a story? So, my wife, she went on vacation for a little bit, so she comes back. I take care of all the responsibilities at home, and all of a sudden, I'm bringing my kid to kindergarten, right? And then all of a sudden he comes home and he brings all this homework he's got to do, right? So now I'm like, oh my God, I got to do homework with him. I haven't did homework in fucking 20 years. So now I'm like trying to figure it out, and I can't figure it out. It's kindergarten, right? So I go, I tell my son, I go, Lissandro, I can't do it with you. I don't know. He goes, Daddy, you don't know? I says, no, I don't know. So I go back the next day, right, with him, and I'm embarrassed. I go up to the teacher. I go, listen, we had a little trouble with Lissandro's homework yesterday. I don't know what the hell this is. Oh, yeah, we're supposed to do this and this and that. And she starts laughing. She goes, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
Was
You
it
know what I mean?
math? Because I feel like
I don't
math
even know what it
these
is.
days
It's
with
Portuguese.
kids
It's the
crazy.
freaking, listen, if you want a house built, a driveway built, the freaking cement.
Laborers.
I'm like if you were to put a bomb in this building and blow it all up, I could build it all back up. Beautiful. That's what I do. I'm good with my hands. I'm not good
Same
with
as my son. My son's
not
the
good with
same
my
way.
brains. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
See, I'm hands on. My wife's brains on.
Beautiful, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah.
I know
she's
you
amazing.
viewers can't see, but she is a beautiful girl.
Entrepreneur. She's like you, a fucking hustler.
I
She's
love
a
that.
fucking
I love
independent. Remember I was telling you about her? Independent,
Yep.
hustler,
You
go
did.
getter.
He did. He prays on you, girl.
Yeah. So Brian, now, how can people get in touch with you to buy meat?
Messenger, send me a text message.
Brian
Call me.
Souza, right? Brian, give him your info.
Brian Souza, go King Quality Meats.
Go King Quality Meats, Brian Souza.
Look at him showing his shirt.
Oh yeah, he's all branded. Listen, listen. His truck is refrigerated. Like this is a from the farm.
Love it.
This right here, he's giving water and food to the animals. Now I know Brian, so I'm going to tell Brian. You do about 30 to 40 animals a week, right?
30, 40 a week, yeah.
Yeah. So he's got two.
Summertime, I sell more steaks.
Yeah,
This
because of
time of year, it's
barbecues and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, barbecue season right now. A lot of goats and lambs are selling. People are getting ready for Christmas.
The holidays, yeah, the holidays. Now, how busy are you? What's your day like in the morning? Now, when do you take care of the animals? First thing in the morning?
Yeah, I come here 2 times a day. Come in the morning,
What time?
go
What
to the
time?
butcher
What time's your day start?
6, 7, sometimes 5 if I'm really busy.
Okay, now, you come there to the farm, you feed the animals. Now, what do? Do you pick out the animals that are going to go?
there's 2-3 days a week that I kill, that I take to the slaughterhouse. They get it done.
Now, do they kill them, or do you? Brian, listen, Renee, hold on a second.
No, these are animals.
Hold on, Renee. This is where you gotta. This is where you gotta understand the culture right here. This is where it gets a little difficult here. Hold on a second, because if you don't kill, you don't eat, hun. So this is what it is.
That's very true, and I do eat meat.
So delicious meat, by the way. Hey, the other day he was showing me. Hey, now Brian, hold on a second. Now, you take all these. Now, you mock them. You spray paint them, the ones that are going to go for the week? Or how do you do it? How do you know?
I usually take the fatter one.
You take the fatter ones.
The chubbier one, the one that's ready to go.
So you don't go by look or design, which one looks good. You look by the meat.
Yeah. If they're eating good, they're ready to go. If the customer wants big, small, I got whatever size they want. I already know if they're telling me what they want clean or what they look alive, I already know what's going to weigh when it's dead.
Now, you feed the animals. Now, let's say it's a killing day. You grab them, see you later. They're out of the farm. Renee, just brace yourself here, hon.
I'm stressed out.
Don't worry about it. Listen.
My palms are sweaty.
Listen. Brian, can I get your word that you will FedEx a beautiful steak from your farm to Renee?
Yes.
The best of the best.
I'll get the best one.
The best of the best. For you and your son.
I only take fillets.
For you and your son.
It's going to be fresh.
She's going to tell me to send her a cow.
Hey, ready?
Sorry, what?
If you eat one of the steaks, you're going to tell me to send you a whole cow.
You know, I do eat steak and I do eat chicken. I just don't want... I used to be vegan because I learned about how not how you do it, but more so the more...
Now, Renee, the thing about Brian is everything that he does with his animals that you see over there, like he's not hiding anything. Everything is done professionally.
And I do see that they
And then he brings it, makes sure that it gets certified by the doctor, gets cleared. He's not going to sell you bad meat. And
I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about their care.
No, he takes very, very good care of these animals.
If these animals were scared of me, why are they right beside me? Look, I can kiss them. If I was a bad person to these animals, they would be running away.
Yeah, but next week they're gonna hate you.
They would run. It's the same like a dog. You hit a dog, it's gonna go under the table.
Oh,
you're
no,
beside
not my
them,
pet.
they love you.
Yeah.
Right,
See?
you're right.
Yeah. They love him,
Hey,
and especially when Brian pulls up with the van, which we've seen many times. With me and him, we talk all the time. Because I'm around the real culture. I'm not a phony baloney. I'm around the real deal all the time, and I love this stuff, you know. So when Brian pulls up to the farm, you should hear all the goats. Meh, meh. They all start screaming and calling his name. They all start singing for him.
I mean, we got to get it from somewhere. So I rather from someone that actually takes good care of the animals.
Of course. And listen, the thing with Brian is I've seen him raise horses, cows, and I've been off, just because we're on the corner pocket, but I've been off camera with him. I talk to him a lot on private messenger, and I see the way he is with these animals. I mean, this guy adores every animal. And I understand the culture because as a young boy, I fell in love with an animal. My grandfather gave me a pet. And then, I woke up one Saturday to the freaking thing hanging on the freaking barn.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You got
That's
what?
another,
A cow?
Yeah. Well, no. My grandfather actually gave me a goat.
Oh.
And he gave it to me as a baby. So for like 6 months, 7 months, I fed it, walked. That was my baby, So I used to walk with it. But the thing was, the goat became a very productive goat. It was like a lot of meat. It was a very, one of those goats.
It was well taken care of, that's why.
Like he said, my grandfather looked at it like, oh, what a shame. We can't have this thing running around. We're going to put it in the freezer. So I learned quick. But you know what? I cried, but my grandfather grabbed me by my arms, my step-grandfather, Tiof. He grabbed me by my arms, and he said, don't do that. These animals are for us to eat. You know what I mean? And I still remember the way he was. I could still smell the liquor in his mouth, the tobacco, the real Surian, and I just because I idolized him, I mean, if he was out on a murdering spree at that age, I would have followed him. You know what I mean? That's why I idolized my grandfather,
Yeah.
He was like God to me, So I learned quick, you know what I mean? And, my whole family, my wife's father-in-law is a killer. kills deers. He kills anything.
You make him sound like a murderer of people.
No. We
Hey, Renee.
you know what it is? We like to eat, but we like to eat well. We like to know what we're eating. We don't like to go to Stop and Shop
People?
and get something in plastic wrapped up, you know? We don't eat people. I never ate a person in my life. I don't even know how it tastes.
Clarify when you say murderer.
Hey, Renee, our Bible tells us to eat the healthiest animal. Our Bible tells us pick the nicest lamb.
That's
And
why
eat
I
it.
like the fillet.
Now, Brian, give your number out, give your information, because I want people to call you, because you can, he delivers.
Wait, can you deliver to me in Fall River?
He's in Canada. He can.
Oh, I'm in Canada.
Hey,
shit, he's
FedEx.
in Canada.
Brian, you got to FedEx.
That's why I'm
Listen,
asking.
Hey, Renee. Now, Renee's a single mom.
Well, my son's on
Yeah,
his own,
but
so
the
I'm
plan-
single by
the-
myself.
She's single. She's single by herself. Her kid's grown up. She raised a very successful son who's a plumber.
Yep.
You wanna give a shout out
Licensed
to your son?
plumber. Oh, Darian, I love you. Darian Oliveira.
Big shout out. Darian Oliveira. Oh, he's got Oliveira.
Yes.
He's a Portuguese.
Yep.
Plumber. You know, so now she's single. Now Brian's single.
I am French Canadian.
But listen, you don't want to know something? Brian's a player. Brian, I gotta tell the truth. He's got a lot of girls around him all the
He plays
time.
those animals. He acts like he likes them.
He's got
and
a
then
lot
he
of
kills
girls
them.
around him all the time. Yesterday I was online with him, and the girls came up, and she had these eyebrows that were like friggin' butterflies, looked like two butterflies landed on her eyes.
The eyebrows.
And
or
she
the
goes,
eyelashes?
"Hi, I'm from Binnenland, Puta Delgada." Very nice person, very nice girl, but you know, he's a playboy. And then he had another girl come behind, Lucy, and then he had another girl. I'm like, "What the hell you doing, Brian?" So
Brian-
Brian's
Three
a
of them
little
were-
playboy.
Brian, it's not going to work out.
No, if I find the right person, I'm loyal. Right now, I'm just having fun. Those girls, actually, three of them, they were making shrimp. All three of them were in the kitchen making shrimp.
So you
soup.
want me to work for you?
You can if you want. I pay good.
He pays good.
How so? Let's talk about this.
Those three girls that were actually at his butcher shop they actually work for him. They work for him on the farm. They deliver. They've actually been through with Brian. Brian, you want to give those girls a shout out, because I know they've been with you through your robbery, through your rebuilding of your business. You want to give a big shout out?
Jessica, Alexandra, Jessica Andrade.
Unbelievable.
Go ahead, give the shout outs.
Yeah, Jessica Andrade, Alexandra.
This reminds me of a rap song.
Who else? And Lucy.
Liz.
No,
Lucy.
Liz. I'm sorry.
Liz.
Is it Liz? I
was
thought
the
it
blonde
was
one
Liz.
that made the soup. Yeah, those are all people that. Hey, they work with me. They party with me. We go clubbing. We go to the farm. Whatever I need to get
I'm
stuff.
sure you
Now,
guys
you know
do.
Brian doesn't drink or smoke. And if you watch his Facebook Lives, you would think he's a freaking druggie and a drunk.
Yeah.
He's all over the dance floor. He's like this.
I'm happy. I'm happy just with music.
And then I go, Brian, you wrecked. I said, Brian, you must have freaking got lit last night. He goes, this is years ago. He goes, Sandro, I don't drink. I go, are you kidding me? Dude, you were fucking on top of the table going off. Everybody was drunk around you. He goes, yeah, that's them. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I farm. I love you, brother. Brian, thank you so
Love you
much
too,
for stepping
brother.
in for LBC. Renee, I want to thank you for being a good sport. Do you want to say anything before we leave? Oh, your liquor sales. Real quick, give a shout out to your liquor
Right.
sales.
I mean, I do liquor sales on the side, but I'm more real
She
estate,
does
for sure.
everything, you know. But if you want to buy a home, you definitely got to contact her.
Yes.
She's the person that can help you. Brian, you got to send Renee nice, nice steak. 9 months.
I can't. I wish I can, but I can't because the plant where I get my stuff processed, I'm not allowed to take it out of the country. It's got to stay in here.
Because of regulations.
Oh.
Yeah, it's got to go to a provincial. There's federal plant, and then there's another name that can be frozen and go to
That's
another
okay.
country.
I'll just take Renita.
How about this?
As a pet.
How about this, Brian? Weren't you planning to come out here for a boxing event?
Yes.
Okay. So instead of the boxing event, you come out here, and that's another thing I want to talk about real quick before we go, is Renee's got her own podcast show. Why don't you come out here and check out her podcast show, Bad Bitches Real Estate, right?
Yeah, we are changing our name, but it's okay.
But that's what it is. You come on down, bring some steaks. And cook for everybody here at Bad Bitches Real Estate.
I'll do it.
Come down with the van, bring your employees, bring the goats, bring the whole fucking farm. Bring everything with you down the Fall River.
And Renita.
Listen, you know why they put us right next to the fire station?
Because we're fucking hot.
Because we're the fucking hottest thing going. Brian,
That's
love
right.
you, brother.
Thank you,
Renee,
Brian.
thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Ronnie, take us the
Renee,
fuck
Ronnie.
out of here.
Hey, it was nice meeting you guys. Stay healthy, stay happy, and keep those
Happy
goats going.
Thanksgiving.
And good night.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you guys over there. Thanks for having me.